Hey guys, welcome back to my Pokemon Pearl adventure. I'm just in the middle of this place right now. I think we've just come back from the lake. Yeah, this is part 2, so I'm quite happy to be back. I'm trying to be a bit more positive this time because I watched the last video and I was thinking how negative I sounded, but you know, get better every time. So we've got our Pokemon and we're coming to the Professor now and Dawn, who are at the end of this route, obviously looking for their briefcase and stuff. So we meet the Professor and he walks off with Dawn basically because he basically tells us to go meet at his lab about the Pokemon and stuff, and our rival's quite, I don't know why, but our rival's like, maybe he should have just yelled at us. I mean, would you want a Pokemon or do you not want a Pokemon? Make up your mind. So after our rival basically shouts at us, like, well, rival goes a bit psycho, you come home to your mom. This is one of the actual reasons I like the Sinnoh region. Your mom actually cares about you in this game, unlike the other ones where they're just like, oh yes honey, go out on a dangerous adventure, I really couldn't care less. Which is basically part of the Pokemon game. Oh my god, the best thing in the world happens right here though. You get the running shoes, and the running shoes are just the best thing in the game. Well, one of them. The bicycle and the running shoes help loads, because if I could really run this fast I'd be so happy, but like, the running shoes help you get everywhere really. They're so fast, but like, well, if I just walked in Pokemon I'd get so bored so easily. So I'm just going to check out my Pokemon's nature before we enter the grass, because let's see what I've got. Okay, Pitbull, we all know that. Wow, I'm so happy about that. Okay, I've got an adamant nature, sturdy body, and like spicy food, so I'm quite happy about that. Strange reason it's got a low special attack, which isn't usual. Obvious moves and stuff, so let's get started. Now I'm going to skip the wild battles because no one wants to see the wild battles, no one cares about the wild battles. So I'm just going to bump to a Pokemon, skip that. Okay. Welcome back again, and we're going to go get a potion from this guy. He gives potions away just in case you get low on health and stuff, so just take it, okay? So, you know, just in case you get low on health and might get beaten up by a Bidoof for a Starly. Those are the only two Pokemon you can find on this route, unless at night time or early morning you can find Kricketot, but they're pretty useless too, so that's the only Pokemon you can find, unless you have the radar, which we'll talk about later. This is, well, welcome back. This is Dawn. Well, we know Dawn. And then Dawn's being all boring as usual. Dawn kind of annoys me at times, but she's better than your rival, so I guess Dawn should have been your rival instead of the normal rival. That's the only thing I've got to complain about. But apart from that, this game is probably one of my favourite Pokemon games. Well, Platinum is. I haven't played full Pearl yet, but the only thing I doubt about Pearl and Diamond is they've took some of the features out, but well, obviously because Platinum's basically the deluxe edition of Diamond and Pearl, so yeah. So we're gonna come in here and meet the Professor. He's gonna ask to see our Pokemon, and then we get the chance to give it a nickname. Now, the nickname that I'm gonna pick is gonna be a mix between all the evolution names. I couldn't think of one at the time, so I just thought, let's just call it something random. So I think I called it, I don't know what I called it, but we'll see in a minute. I can't remember how to pronounce it, but you know, it's just our starter. It's nothing that, okay, that's a big lie. It's our starter. It's like everything in the game, pretty much. So I take a while choosing its name. How long do I take? Jesus. So I take like 2 hours choosing its name. I was just gonna leave it at Piplup at one point, but that's just so boring. And I hate that it's always in capitals in this game, but you know, do it. So after I finally pick a name like 10 hours later, come on, hurry up me. Sorry if I'm boring you guys, like, hurry up. I also have to apologise for the bad screen recording on one side. It's kind of messed up because the quality and stuff, and there's no like game volume at all. I had to take it away because when I heard the last part I couldn't hear me speaking very well, so I'm just trying a bit clearer this time. I'm going to record this a few times, and if I get it right the first time, then it'll be obvious. Okay, so I've finally picked a name. Okay, we'll see it in a minute. Yeah, Ralph, our rival, coming here. I still think he's quite quirky. I think his self-esteem drops later on quite a lot, but that's only what I've done some research on platinum. I only know that because of platinum. I've done some research on Pearl. I've had a look at some of the Pokemon. They took out a lot of the good Pokemon, to be fair, that you can find. So, teams are going to be very difficult in this game. I'll see what I can do. So I'm offered a pokedex, and what I find funny is that we get the choice. But if you say no, then he'll like force you to have it anyway. So it's like some random guy forcing you to have some type of pokedex thing to go on a dangerous mission. To be fair, if I was the mother or father of someone who had to go on a dangerous Pokemon mission, I'd be quite like worried about them. But you know, it's not real life; it's just fantasy. So we get given this little weird creature thing, our pokedex, and so she picks the leftover Pokemon, but you know, I don't get that. This should make the storyline a bit more better. Oh my god, we're nearly at the end of the episode already, so this has gone so fast. This episode's kind of short because I wanted to kind of get this out of the way. Anyway, I think I'll show you the nickname now, so let's go back to have a look at the nickname. I called it Emolaprin, I think. The E, M, and O, and L came from Empoleon. The Prin came from Prinplup, and I'm not really bothered about Piplup, so yeah, who cares? So after that, I think I'm just going to save my game here, look around the lab a bit, but not actually look around the lab, because the lab's like the most boring explaining in the game. Well, most basic, apart from your first time. And I'm going to save. Oh my god, I can't believe I picked that name, Jeff, but you know. Anyway guys, thanks for sorting me. Anyway, I'm out, bye!